First thing, people at home must be wondering why we're having such difficulty in achieving a consistency throughout our performances. What's your explanation?
That's a very good question. I think if someone had the answer for that, then we would obviously do something about it. But I think we've played well in patches, but not really strung together particularly convincing performances throughout 100 overs of a game, and that's obviously something we've been trying to address. The guys have trained and practiced really hard. There's been a lot of good chat. All the plans are in place. So there's nothing really to explain our poor performances from that side of things. It's just really up to the players to produce the goods over the next couple of games to make sure that we're in the mix for qualification.
Well, specifically in the case of Kenya, both in the warm-up match and indeed in yesterday's game, we were actually in a winning position but failed to press it home.
We did, and that's just what I'm saying. I think that the guys have just got to take individual responsibility for seeing a couple of these games home, and we haven't done that. And as I say, hopefully that's something we can do in the next couple of games to make sure that we get those 4 points that will hopefully see us through to the World Cup. But it's not for lack of trying. The guys are disappointed in terms of the way that they've performed, and as I say, it's just up to us to make sure we play a little bit better and string together a more complete performance, I suppose, than we have done over the previous games for the next 2 games.
Well, one of the people most disappointed with his own performance must be the captain, Ryan Watson. You've been in a position yourself of captain. Did you ever have to face a run of poor form like he has?
I think everyone goes through rough periods in their career at some stage, and Ryan's obviously disappointed that he's battling a little bit at the moment. But he's the same as everyone else, and that he's got two massive opportunities to make a big contribution to a Scottish win, which hopefully goes towards us qualifying for the World Cup.
It must be difficult if your captain is not performing for whatever reason, and as you say, everybody goes through that. It must be quite difficult for the other players to actually rally round him by performing themselves.
Well, I think it's just up to each individual to take care of their own performance. And as I say, Ryan's an important player for us, but there's 10 other guys on the field at any given stage in any match, and it's up to the rest of us to make sure that we're putting in performances that are going to contribute to a positive Scottish performance. And that's no difference whether it's the captain who's struggling a little bit or anyone else.
Now there's 2 games left. We've got to win both those games. It's quite plain. The equation is simple. Both the oppositions, Afghanistan and UAE, are slightly unknown to us. They're a little bit of a banana skin in both cases, and their batting in particular can be very mercurial. What do you think the answer is from our point of view?
I think it's fairly simple, Mike. We've just got to play a little bit better than we have done. We've got to take care of the aspects of our game that haven't really gone to plan so far on an individual and a collective level. And really, to be honest, whether we're playing Afghanistan or whether we're playing Ireland or Australia, it doesn't really matter. We've just got to play a little bit better than we have done. And as you say, they're a little bit unknown, so we don't know quite so much what to expect as if we were playing one of the other countries we play on a more regular basis. But I think if we play to our potential a little bit more than we have done, then there's no doubt we can beat both those sides.
But do you think our bowling has a particular strength here because it has been more consistent? You've been very successful in the last few matches, getting a couple of good wickets each, and John Blaine and Dee Valnell have done their part. I mean, it's the seam trio really that has been putting the pressure on the opposition.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, we're playing at Benoni, which has tended to suit the seamers a little bit more than some of the other grounds we've played at, which might work to our advantage. But as I say, it's just really a case of everybody doing the job that they're the team to do. And I think the seam attacks bowl well on occasions, and we haven't been probably up to our normal standards on other occasions. But as I say, it's just up to us to perform to our best tomorrow, and for the batters to find some form from somewhere, and that'll add together to hopefully towards a Scottish win.